Okay, the color looks good. Hey you guys, it's Sarah. Welcome back to my channel and welcome to today's video. I'm gonna be doing a good old-fashioned makeup review. I haven't done one of these in a little while and I thought it might be fun. I just went to Sephora today and I picked up 2 new makeup items. I let you guys choose which one you guys wanted a dedicated video on, and the YSL new Bare Look Tint won out, so that's what we're gonna be reviewing today. I have been seeing Delaney Childs post this foundation, or not foundation, it's a tint, but I've seen her posting it so much. She got Blake Healy into it, so I've been seeing her post it so much, and I just feel like this is like starting to make the rounds, and I just wanted to get my hands on it and see if it was worth the hype, especially since I have a lot of events coming up that I definitely want to have good quality makeup for. I got bridal showers, bachelorette parties, trips, weddings. I don't think that this one would be a wedding foundation. I am going to be doing my own makeup for both weddings, but that'll be a separate video as far as like what products I use for it and stuff. But for like a lighter weight base for the rest of the days, you know, for rehearsal dinners and stuff, this might be a good option. So this tint is a hydrating skin tint, so it's supposed to leave a fresh, dewy complexion. I am oily, but I actually don't mind products that leave you looking a little bit more radiant. I think it definitely gives a nice healthy glow, and you can use a primer to kind of help control the oil. This tint retails for $40. It's actually not too bad of a price. I don't mind that for like a higher end skin tint. And this is infused with hyaluronic acid, and it's a medium buildable coverage with a natural radiant finish. So it says that this can go from light to medium coverage. So you definitely can't get full coverage from this. Again, I wouldn't use this for any of the weddings, but you know, for the activities surrounding it, this could be a good option. It also says it has a water cream texture that delivers 24-hour hydration. So if you are a dry girl, this could be a really, really good one for you. And it says it's actually a makeup moisturizer hybrid that's supposed to kind of melt into the skin for an effortless, no makeup look. So definitely could be like a good everyday base as well. But let's go ahead and unbox her. I got mine in the color New 13, which I just like color matched myself. It seems to be the right color for me. I like to match my body and not necessarily my face, just because my face tends to be a little bit fairer than the rest of my body because I do put sunscreen on. I try to keep my face protected. So I usually like to balance it out by just going a little bit darker on my base. Typically, that is the way that I like to go as far as bases go, tints, foundations, tinted moisturizers, that kind of stuff. I will err towards the darker side, and then for concealers, I'll go a little bit lighter. And in that way, both of those tend to balance each other out pretty well. But let's go ahead and get into this. I'm just gonna prime my face really quick. I'm using the Milk Makeup Blur Stick. Not trying to do anything super fancy today, even though I am going out to dinner. I'm still keeping my makeup relatively simple. I just might play up the eyes a little bit since it's nighttime. But this is the Blur Stick. I love this when I want to quickly even out my skin before I go in with a base. Then I'm actually gonna go ahead and do my brows because this brow gel pulls my base off, so I always have to do it before foundation or like tinted moisturizer and stuff. But this is the Got To Be brow gel. It's so freaking good, you guys. And my brows are laminated, though they are on the end of it. I need to actually laminate them tomorrow. I just do it at home. If you guys are curious how I laminate my brows at home, you can check out my latest vlog because I probably will have done it in that one. I'm gonna lay down the shape with this really quick. The other side. So now let's go ahead and apply this. I'm gonna be doing 2 different methods, which is what I typically do in my foundation review videos. We're gonna be doing one side with a sponge. This is the Eco Tools Perfecting Blending Sponge. This one has like the silver in it. And then for the brush, I'm gonna be using the Sephora Collection Pro Foundation 70. I love this brush for a base because it's super dense and it just like leaves a really good finish. So I'm gonna be working with those 2. I'm gonna do the sponge side first. I'm just gonna start with that much. I do like how small the applicator is. Okay, the color looks good. Coverage is actually really nice with just the 1 layer. Oh my god. My skin in real life looks perfect. Wow, and it looks like skin, and it's like so weird that they labeled this as like hydrating or like a dewy finish because it just looks very natural. It looks like not matte, but kind of like soft matte, you know? It's not like crazy mattifying or anything, but I don't necessarily see any extra dew to my skin. But so far the sponge is very nice and I love this shade. It is matching me so perfectly. I always get so scared of going too light, so definitely very happy that this matches. But wow, between the two sides, the side just looks like even in both like color and texture, but it doesn't look like I'm wearing anything. That's like what's crazy. Like it just looks like my skin. I'm obsessed. I'm gonna do a second layer just because I am going out, so I don't mind it going a little bit heavier. Just gonna do it on my cheeks. I don't think I need to go like crazy on my forehead or anything. Okay, here we go. And then there's a second layer. Definitely buildable. Like my skin looks even more flawless now that I've built on top of it. But okay. Love. Like I am in love. It looks so good. Very, very big fan of the sponge application. I'm very curious to see how it's gonna do with the brush. Let's go ahead and do the exact same thing on the other side. I'm gonna do just 2 lines to start with. I'm definitely seeing more dew with the brush. So definitely this side feels a lot more matte, but this side feels a lot dewier. I would also say you get more full coverage with the brush, which is typical with a sponge. You know, the sponge actually soaks up some of the product versus with a brush, it soaks up a lot less product. So you do tend to end up with more coverage whenever you use a brush. So I'm only gonna do 1 layer on this side since it definitely looks like it's fuller coverage. So they even out, but definitely for sure, I feel like there's more dew on this side. So if you want a more dewy finish, I would for sure say to do the brush over the sponge, or if you just like want a heavier coverage with this, I would use the brush. But if you want a lighter finish or you're oily, I would definitely go in with the sponge. But yeah, overall, really like it. This color matches my body so well. I'm so freaking happy about that. Loving it so far. I'm gonna finish up the rest of my makeup and then we will regroup afterwards. Okay guys, I just wanted to show you it with a full face on. I just have a little bit of powder over top of it of the Airspun loose face powder. This is the one that you can get at the drugstore. It's super, super affordable. I just got this not that long ago and I've really been loving it. So I just have that just kind of like strategically in a couple places, like on my forehead and the rest of my T-zone and stuff, just so that I don't get too oily. But overall, loving the finish. Even when I put like a full face on, it doesn't seem like mismatched, like my base is too natural for a little bit of a glam look. So I do like that. Really loving the fact that you can make it very natural or you can build it so that it can match a look like this a little bit better. So a super versatile product. So far, I would definitely say that I recommend, but I am going to be doing a wear test with it. I'm going to be wearing it for the rest of the day. Right now I have like a few things that I need to finish around the house. Then I'm going to finish getting ready for my friend's party and then obviously head out to dinner and hang out and stuff. So I'll be checking in with you guys throughout the night and giving you guys my thoughts on how this YSL Bare Tint wears throughout the rest of the day. So it is like 6:15 now, so I think I've had this on for 2.5 hours. Oh, the lighting here is great. Hold please, Trevor's over here. Foundation looks really good. Like, I don't see any changes. It hasn't gotten any oilier or anything. Coverage still looks really nice. So I'll check in with you guys again a little bit later and we'll see how it's still holding up. Okay guys, I've done a terrible job of checking in, but in my defense, I was hanging out with old friends of mine from high school, catching up and stuff. So, and these are like my closest friends and stuff. So time got away from me, so I didn't check in as many times as I wanted to, but it's a little bit past 12:45. So I'm at the 8-hour mark, 6 hours from when I last checked in with you guys. So let's see how this base is holding up. Definitely like worn down in a couple of places, at least around the edge, but the difference is between this and a foundation is that it doesn't look like foundation has rubbed off. It just like looks like certain areas of my skin are less even than others. Texture still looks relatively natural and stuff. Got a little redness showing through, so it's definitely come off in some areas, but I think overall this is a really, really good base if you want something lightweight, something a little bit more natural that you can build up. I would say it's definitely a little bit more elevated than like a tinted moisturizer, but not as thick and not as full coverage as a foundation. So if you want something in that in between, something to wear for everyday wear, just to kind of like enhance your natural beauty and stuff like that, this YSL new Bare Tint is a really, really good option. I love it. I also love the fact that I didn't get any oilier throughout the night. Like, this is where I stayed. I look exactly as oily as I did when I applied it, which wasn't very oily to begin with. So if you have oily skin, this is a great one, but I still do think it is very hydrating and would be good for someone with dry skin. So overall, 10 out of 10, would recommend. Definitely think that you guys should get your hands on this if you are looking for a new base. But anyways, that is going to be it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed this review. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I love you, and I will see you very soon again in my next video. Bye.